Hey, what's good, people? I am Swaver, along with Coco Love, Journey to be Great, Illuminated Lenses, and this is Opinionated Fact. And we talk about breaking news and current event analysis. Today, we're going to be talking about Chris Brown and this $1,000 photo shoot. So, I'm not sure.
$1,000?
Yeah, $1,000.
The hell have I been doing wrong? I'm over here. Shoot, I need to charge $1,000. Go
So,
ahead, man.
check this out. So, anyway, Chris Brown is actually, he's been slammed by a lot of people, but he does have some supporters that they're talking about how, at least if you take a picture with Chris Brown, you'll have something to remember. And the only thing most of y'all gonna remember is paying bills. And I was like, well, I don't know what that has to do with anything. But anyway,
Damn.
so Chris Brown, I'm not paying $1,000 to take a picture with nobody. Okay, I don't care who it is, unless it's Jesus or Moses. I like Moses though. I wonder what he. That's not even the point. But anyway, so. But yeah, man, I'm saying, come on, man, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's the rent in some areas, and I'm like, man, there's no way. And then it was other things that people were saying, like, well, Chris Brown, he didn't do like everybody else. He didn't just throw up the peace sign and do a little one arm hug. He actually posed with these people. I'm like, so what?
I don't care if Chris Brown played patty cake with my nephew and everything. I'm not paying you $1,000 to take no damn picture. I don't care what.
I'm not doing it either.
That's no.
Yeah, it's gonna be a negative for me as well. I don't really know what I would pay to take a picture with a celebrity. I can't really think of a number, honestly. This would not be $1,000 for sure.
How did that thought process work? Like, how do you just randomly just throw out 1,000? Like, oh, I want to go take a picture of Chris Brown.
Well, believe it or not, some people were saying don't be cheap. They were saying that you were being cheap because you don't want to pay $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown.
What?
Yes, some people were
That
saying
is ridiculous.
I did see some of those comments. They were basically just like, you broke, just say that. Like, and they were
that is
saying
crazy.
I'm broke.
my
I'm broke. I'm just saying that. How about that?
and they were
I'm
saying
saying
like, kind of like, I guess I forgot who you said that, but kind of like what he was saying or whatever. Like, $1,000 is a great price for a memory that you'll have forever, whatever. I would say that it's good for people that if you're a big fan of Chris Brown and if you feel like you got it or whatever, then cool. Because I will say the pictures were, I mean, it did look like he knew these women. You know what I'm saying? Like they were hugged up like they was back at the prom in the '90s or something. So it was
hell,
real cute. It really was.
I hug them on too if I'm getting paid $1,000 to take a damn picture. I'll hug you too.
Baby,
I'll swing you around.
$1,000.
We can hold hands and everything. I can fake it for you for one picture for $1,000.
Shit,
And
me.
send them on their way, and he's $1,000 richer.
He better chill out on taking them pictures like that. Every time you look up, you got somebody breaking in his house. I'm saying some get the
Telling you,
wrong
they been
idea.
hijacked his key. I mean, I'm sure he probably didn't have his keys in his pocket, but I'm just saying they didn't got so close. They didn't stole something out your pocket and everything else. Because he definitely has come home to somebody like in his closet or something.
Cooking eggs, butt naked and stuff in your house when you come in. Like, well, I got some. First, I want to say that I'm not joking on this lady. I know she passed. It's not that. It's just the circumstances of how she was buried. I'm talking about Ivana Trump.
I think Ivana was his first wife or second wife. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Actually, it was, and I'm gonna tell you why in a second. First, I'm gonna give you just a little backstory. She passed. Unfortunately, she had an accident and she fell down the stairs at her home. I think it was like July 14th. I don't know what was in her will, how she wanted to go out. How she wanted to be buried, everything like that. But I'm pretty sure she didn't want to be buried at his golf course.
What?
Hey.
You heard me right. They buried this lady at Donald Trump's golf course.
Which hole is she at? Like,
The first
I
one.
know
The first one. They probably buried her at the first hole because he was the first.
she was
She
the
was the
first
first
wife.
wife. So it all tied in.
That don't make no sense. Hold on, now. So he got a bunch of holes that's reserved for the wives. I mean, but you know what? Trump is he a real player, man. He like them young women now. I guess Ivana. What is it, Ivanka? What's her name? Ivana.
I think that's it, Ivanka. No, wait a minute.
That's the daughter's name, Ivanka.
Yeah, but I think that the wife, the
he-
first wife, the daughter, and the wife. I think they're still married, Melania. But yeah, the first wife and his daughter, their names are very similar, I believe. Like
Man.
Ivanka
Yeah,
and
the
Ivana or
daughter.
something like that.
Yeah.
So what did the
daughter
graves
is
look like? E?
What you said? What the grades look like?
Yeah, yeah.
Trash.
Oh.
Let me tell you something. And y'all need to y'all gonna have to go and find the pictures. But I'm just gonna describe to you. This man got somebody to dig probably about 2-3 feet with a shovel or whatever. I know it just took one person. They threw her in there, coupled up and everything like that, and they just threw this random headstone on it. It's not even a good headstone. I kid you not. I'm not even BSing. Like, you literally, you ever seen someone bury a dog in the yard?
Oh
I've
my
seen dogs.
goodness.
The dogs that been buried in the yard were buried better than that. I know she didn't want to go out like that.
Wonder if that has anything to do with like her, what what I'm saying, what she had. I mean, I feel like she should have had it financially to put her away nicely. So I wonder, was what I'm saying, like, I don't know, like,
Well,
was that
well,
his
when I,
doing?
when, oh, I'm sure it's his doing. Like, he's got to be.
Yeah,
But
you put him on
what I
child
read is,
you pay a lot
what I
of.
read
I show you. I tell you what. Anyway, what it is, I tell you what.
yeah, I tell you what, throw her ass right
Throw
there in
you
that
out here
damn
on this
yard.
golf course.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, that's so awful.
good fertilizer. But no, apparently, that spot, he likes that spot, so I guess he wants it to where like that's gonna be where all the Trumpies and the trumpets are gonna be buried at. I guess because I think he wants to be buried on that land. He said it's nice land. You know how he talks, and everything. So it's nice land and it's very fertile and all that shit and everything. So yeah, he liked the land, and I guess it was in her will. She forgot to get it changed. Maybe, I don't know. And they was just like, well, throw it in there. We ain't got nothing else to do with it. But yeah, so
Okay.
they just threw it in there. Cece, didn't you had something else about Donald Trump too, didn't you?
Yeah, since we're talking about Donald Trump, he was at a student action summit in Tampa. And somewhere in this speech, he was talking about men competing in women's sports and how he thought it was wrong. And of course, you know about men transitioning and then they all of a sudden they get to compete or whatever. So, him and LeBron, they got a history that, they made it pretty clear they don't get along very well. So he went on to say that if he was the coach of a women's basketball team, he would ask LeBron, has he ever thought about being a woman? And
What?
he would get LeBron right. And he would put LeBron on his team and they would pretty much dominate the WNBA and things like that. So that's what he had to say. And I guess this also referring to I'm sure y'all heard it's always something coming up about equal pay with WNBA, which is
Right.
and me being a woman, it's insane because the WNBA does not generate nearly as much revenue as the actual NBA. It was just crazy. What do y'all think about that?
Well, I don't know what Trump got going.
It's kind of smart though. I probably would try to get me a LeBron with a wig on if I was gonna start a
I
WNBA.
mean, I get it. I do get it because that would increase their revenue. But guess what? The next argument would be if that were to happen,
What's
it's
that?
not fair.
Yeah.
They would say it's not fair. They're at a disadvantage, so it's still gonna be a problem either way.
I don't know.
I'm just trying to figure out how that even came up in his mind. And it's just like, it's just not only do he even say it, but then he just keep going. Like, it's not like he just say one thing. It just keep rolling out his mouth. Because I just know the people, when they holding the phone up to you, you're trying to get what you're saying and everything like that. I know they just be confused as hell. Because if I'm holding that phone and I'm interviewing him or whatever, I don't even know. I might even cut the phone off. Like, I might have to cut him off in like mid sentence. Like, hey, yo, you good? Like,
Yeah, Trump gonna say what's on his mind. He gonna say what's on his mind.
I mean, it sounded like a backhanded compliment, and it's like, are you? What are you? I'm confused. Like, you don't really know. Like, I mean, to me, it sounds like you're trying to insult him. Do you think that you're insulting? I don't know.
I think Trump do crack. It's gotta be the finest Colombian coat that you can find. Because it just nothing he says ever makes sense. And it'd be the most random shit.
Well, not related, but interesting at the same time. There's a bishop in Brooklyn, New York. His name is Bishop Lamar Whitehead. And he was actually robbed at gunpoint during a sermon at his church. Let me give you a little backstory on that, and then it's more to it. So back earlier this month or whatever, he was delivering a sermon at his church. He had his congregation in there and everything. And that's when these robbers came in to rob mainly him and his wife, right? So these people people and some of his deacons as well, these people ran off with $1 million in jewelry. Now I want you to hold that for a second because I have questions and I'm sure
Wait a
you
minute.
do already. Okay.
I'm be quiet.
Okay, hold on. All right. So from this situation or whatever, he feels like, his clergy should be able to carry firearms, right? I can kind of understand that. Okay. So anyway, he thinks that the attention that his congregation, or mainly him actually, received, and the reason why these people tried or robbed them or whatever is because of something that he was trying to do. He was trying to facilitate the surrender of this guy named Andrew Abdullah. Okay. And Andrew Abdullah was accused of murdering Goldman Sachs researcher Daniel Enriquez. Okay. Now, when he showed up to the precinct, because he was trying to facilitate this guy turning himself in. When he showed up, he pulled up in a Rolls Royce, had on a Fendi jacket, and a thick gold chain. And since then, the media had been referring to him as the bling bling bishop. Okay. So after that, that's when, his church was robbed or whatever. It's also interesting because he has a past of, some crime himself, right? So he served 5 years in prison for a $2 million identity theft scam. Okay.
What
and
kind
now,
of ghetto ass church is this?
and now, hold on, there's more. Now he's being accused by one of his ex-parishioners of stealing $90,000 from her because he was supposed to be renovating her house. And he was supposed to pay her $100 a month because he took all this lady's like life savings or whatever. So he's supposed to give her $100 a month to kind of help her recuperate or whatever. And he only paid that lady $100 one time, and that was it. She ain't heard nothing else from him. Okay.
I heard about that.
So with all of that being said, people, are looking at him because he is kind of flashy. He does seem to have a lot going on as far as money is concerned, but he is claiming to not receive any compensation from his church. Like, he doesn't receive any salary, he says, from being the pastor over his church. He says it's in real estate. So with all of that information, what do you think about this bishop or whatever? Do you think that he's legitimate?
Hell
Well, I'm moving my membership. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm moving my membership.
Let me tell you something. Bishop is dealing drugs in the name of the Lord. There's no way.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. Hold on. Let me give y'all this one little last piece. So this is the jewelry. Okay. It says among the jewelry stolen on Sunday, and this is from the Daily News, according to police sources, were a $390,000 Cuban link chain, $200,000 men's gold chain, a $125,000 wedding ring, a $75,000 Rolex, a $75,000 Cavalier watch, a $50,000 wedding ring, a $25,000 Episcopal ruby and diamond ring, $25,000 Episcopal diamond ring, $25,000 pair of earrings, $20,000 diamond and emerald cross, a $20,000 Episcopal ring, a $15,000 Episcopal cross, and a $10,000 Episcopal gold cross. I have never heard of Episcopal gold crosses and rubies.
Did he rob the cathedral?
You think the Pope got that kind of status back there, man? The Vatican.
The Vatican. Somebody's got to have it. Because where did he get it from? Where did he get this shit from? That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He said in real estate.
He is lying.
Okay, but
He's lying.
Okay, why did he steal the lady's money, $90,000, if he's doing so well in real estate?
Well, that was stated. He's a scammer, as he did do 5 years in prison for identity theft, $2 million in identity theft. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the pastor is not legitimate. He is not of what he is preaching.
No.
He also claimed that he tells his parishioners, like, he teaches them how to be fruitful like he is. So I guess he's teaching them how to scam, because that's exactly what's going on here. I'm going to say this. I feel like, and I'm sure it was scary because he did mention how, a gun was placed. You see, on camera, like him being held at gunpoint and everything and all of that. And he mentions how a gun was held to his wife while they took her jewelry and she was holding their 8-month-old daughter. That is messed up. So I'm going to say that I'm not trying to, make light of that, but you have to watch what you're doing and how you carry yourself, because whatever he's doing to get that money, I don't feel like it's legal, especially to be a preacher. And with the way that church front looked, It looked like a corner store. So all of this money that you're garnering, I don't feel like it's of the Lord. And when you're not really doing the Lord's work, I feel like, and you playing, you're gonna reap what you sow. So, and then if he done scam somebody out of $90,000 or whatever, and then I feel like he's just basically getting what's coming to him, and then you're being flashy on top of that. You got to watch how you move. So I hate that happened to his family and to his churchgoers, because they didn't deserve that. But nah, I don't think the pastor is legitimate by any
And I
means.
didn't know that his wife was holding their child when the gun was pointed on her. But because he was on, I don't know if you ever heard this guy, Larry Reed live. I don't know if you heard of him. But anyway, he was doing like a live show with him, and it was another lady. And apparently they were laughing about the situation, and he came on and he was highly pissed.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The lady, okay, so you did see, because the lady, she was a heavy set lady, and he kept calling her Biggie and stuff like that. And Larry Reed, I think he's into the same sex or whatever, but he did use a derogatory term towards him, calling, using the F word. So that, that's gonna be on him as well, along with this other stuff he got going on. So like I said, I would be definitely moving my membership if I was one of the members.
So this is going to wrap up another one of our great episodes. If you agree, don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't know what y'all waiting on. Just go ahead and subscribe button. And if you're not on YouTube, you can still follow us. All our social media handles will be handles. Yeah, I already said that, handles. All our social media handles will be down in the description below.
It's a big word for Elmo.
I got some of the crack too, huh? But anyway,
I tell you Bishop and Trump, y'all pushing. Ain't no pushing P, y'all pushing purse or something.
Well, I can tell you this: I ain't got no. What they call it? Thing you said, Episcopal. I'm
Episcopal.
Anyway, look, thank y'all for listening to us. And until next time, this is the Better. I am Swaver, along with Coco Love, trying to be great, illuminated lenses. This is Opinion and Facts. Until next time, peace.